What's up, YouTube family? It's your boy Kevin, aka The Brain, and I came up with an idea. What if you can meet people from all over this world in different countries and just see how they live in their everyday lives? So I decided that was something I wanted to do. I started ride sharing. Now, ride sharing is not for everybody, but if you enjoy meeting people and talking to people, it's something that you can really do in your everyday life. So I interview people, I find out how they're doing, we talk politics, we talk sports, we talk about a little bit of everything. But we all leave on the same note that we respect each other and we know that everybody has their lives to live, alright? So sit back, I hope you enjoy the videos, I hope they don't disappoint you. Let's see how people in this world are living, alright? Take care. What's up, YouTube family? It's your boy Kevin, aka The Brain, back with another video. Today, I got a chance to pick up a couple from the port visiting us from Kansas City. Beautiful couple, nice conversation. We had a chance to talk about the port operations, on how our port operations function from down here in Fort Lauderdale till up in Miami. And we got to talk about the transformation from taxis to ride shares. And also, we got into a little bit of politics. That part, oh my God, you're not going to want to miss it. Sit back, relax, enjoy the video, all right? Let's see what you find people are doing this morning.
Nice and busy. We're just going to our hotel.
All right, sound like a plan. Thank God we're not going to the airport.
Nope. Yeah, because it's pretty busy there too, wasn't it?
Yeah, a lot of people get right off the cruise ship and go straight to the airport.
That's what we thought we wouldn't do. We would just take a day
and I tell people all the time, just take the day and just chill.
Right.
Give yourself a break. You know what I'm saying? We saw...
I don't think any ships are really coming in tomorrow necessarily. So
oh, yeah. They'll be back tomorrow morning. There's a lot more that come back tomorrow morning.
But our flight's tomorrow at 9, and we just figured, you know,
okay,
I'm not going to kill her.
Enter the roundabout and take the third exit onto Eller Drive.
Makes sense. Where'd you guys go to, if you don't mind me asking?
To Nassau and Bimini.
Okay, Nassau,
Bimini?
Bimini, just you, right?
Is that right? And it was fun. It was fun. It was a little 4-day cruise. It wasn't.
Oh, 4 days, 3 nights?
I tell you what,
Yeah.
I was very impressed with Celebrity's traffic flow. They, boy,
Get
got
you
you
on,
on,
get you off,
got you
free.
off.
Let me
good.
tell you something. This thing is so, it runs so much like a fine-tooth comb now, until it's pathetic with all the BSO that, because they like have BSO here, like when the cruise ships come in, there's got to be like 100 BSO officers out here now.
Wow.
And they've got them conducting the traffic. It's not like before when you just had like security guards conducting the traffic now. And when BSO tell you to move, you better move.
Okay, yeah.
Right. You're either going to jail or you're getting a ticket.
Okay, well.
And they ain't going to ask you more than once, you know, so
you got to know.
you want to get out of the way, you know what I'm saying? So it's
Is that the gentleman in the black back there? Yellow.
The all green.
All green.
All green.
Okay.
Yeah, these are just like security guards.
Okay.
But they just have them flagging traffic now. They do the traffic thing. Before, the security used to do the parking.
Okay.
But it was too congested. It was too hectic. When, you know, a lot of the share drivers started coming in, it caused more traffic for the share drivers. Share drivers didn't know where to pick up or drop off at and stuff like that. So it seemed like they just integrated and started putting a lot more sheriff office out here, and it just worked.
Okay. Good. Well,
works good, yeah.
I think you can get smooth, because I mean, yeah.
And anywhere you go out here, it's not like you can get lost or nothing like that, because it's a sheriff car on every corner.
Oh yeah, and they're
out here.
They're directing you, saying you can't go here. Yeah.
Yep. And coming through the port area right here, because now when you're coming through, you've got port and you've got cruise ships. So you've got port access where you've got cargo going out to different islands and countries and stuff like that.
Right.
And then you have the trailers that's coming in for the ships as well.
Okay.
Plus you have the people coming in to drop off and pick up for the ships.
Sure.
So it makes it a little bit more hectic getting through here. I think this is the hardest part, coming through the port side and stuff like that.
Sure.
But normally, I don't care if I'm on the opposite end of picking up where the cruise ship is. I like coming in off of 17th Street Causeway, because it seems like it's always the most easiest one to come in at. It seems like all the tractor trailers come in over here, and it's just so congested, especially on like a Saturday afternoon or something like that. When you come across that bridge, it's like, just put it in park.
Yeah.
Just put it in park.
Oh, that sucks.
And it's not because they're backed up in the port. No, it's because everybody has to check in. You got to show your ID.
Right.
Your passengers have to show their IDs. You got to roll down all your windows.
Yeah.
They got to ask you if
Yeah.
you got any bombs or any dope or any guns in the car. I told them, no, I left all that stuff at the house this
Yeah, no
morning.
kidding. Like I would actually say, oh yeah, I got a bomb in my
Yeah.
pocket. Yep. Well,
Like,
you
do
know,
they really think people are going to admit to that if I do have any?
That's the thing. That's what always.
Do you have any
gets me.
guns or dope in the
Yeah.
car? No, I left it at the house. The girl says,
only-
huh? I said, nothing, don't worry about
The
it.
only thing that bothered me about the getting there was that the cruise line, anywhere on the app or anything, didn't tell us which terminal. So we had to kind of figure it
Didn't
out.
tell
But
us
luckily,
which
the
port.
gentleman
Really?
was pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we looked and looked and nothing.
And finally,
told us the
Terminal
port.
25, you can see the ship, and okay, we can find
Hold
it.
up, but if you type in the ship's name, right,
Uh-huh.
it didn't pull up which terminal the ship was going to be at?
Well, we were on the app, and it had my trip, the reflection,
In 2
and
miles,
it
take
said
right
you
exit
could
10
disembark at
onto
whatever Port
I-95
Everglades, and I'm like, but no terminal. I'm like,
Lord.
why wouldn't it tell you to do
Wow.
that? Because that's the celebrity terminal for here, you know?
Right.
I thought, surely they would tell us. But anyway, we had a gentleman that was very helpful,
Okay.
and he just took us around. He didn't know exactly where it was, but we found it. Let's put it that way.
I bet he does now.
Yeah, he does now. That's
Cool beans.
how you learn it.
Because I don't think that changes.
Yeah, I had some people here one time. They were from Washington or something like here, and all of them go on a cruise ship.
Sure.
And I picked up one set of the family from somewhere off of Sheridan, and then it's a little distance from here. And then I picked the other set of the family was coming in from another hotel. So they're all driving here and stuff like that. And every time I bring somebody to port, if I'm picking them up from a hotel and bringing them over here, first thing I ask them, do you have your IDs? Do you have your passport? I said, you need an ID or passport?
Right.
No.
And
said, well, it's
oh
not
no,
gonna
all the
work.
way from Washington?
I was like, it's not going to work. And the bad thing about it is I forgot to do it when we first left the hotel.
Oh.
And I said, we were here.
Oh.
And I'm like, it's not going to work. You guys can't get... No, it wasn't that. The girl says, oh, I have the other person's passport in my wallet.
Okay.
I said, well, they're not going to be able to get in. And I drove all the way back to the hotel. They were able to drop it off. I got most of them in the truck for their ride share.
Right.
And then there was one other car following behind us, and they were like, what are we supposed to do about this other car? I was like, it's on you guys. No, I don't need you. So I'm like, but that's your business what you're doing.
Exactly.
Second lane from
That's not my deal.
You know, you them go kick rocks for all I
Yeah.
care. You know, that's between you and him.
But our driver, when he picked us up, he did say, do you have your IDs? And I said,
Yeah.
yes. I just
You have some good ones. You have some ones that's very knowledgeable about what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know, I just don't like the ones that get out here and they can't speak to you. You can't conversate
Oh,
with them and
no,
stuff
I
like
know.
that. That
Yeah,
just
when we
that
got
irks
picked
my
up at the
nerve.
airport,
Oh, my
you
God.
could tell he was a non-English
No.
speaker. He was very nice, and he had a
Yeah, they're very nice people.
plain
Yeah,
message for
Right.
you, welcome,
No
you know,
personality.
right. Yeah, I just don't like those people with no personalities. You know,
Yeah.
forgive me, but you know, I want to be able to conversate with my Uber driver. You know, I
Absolutely.
want to know how you slept last night. Did your wife piss you off? Did you have to beat the children? Did you have to rape the dog? You know, I want to know all these things before I get in a car with you, brother.
There you go. Well, and I mean, you know, if you're just going to sit there in dead silence the whole time,
Yeah.
it seems like that'd be a long day.
Yeah, how'd you know? I probably don't want to talk to my wife and kids no more.
Right.
You know, I'm tired of looking at them. I've been looking at them whole cruise.
That's right. That's funny.
you probably get a lot that are very hungover.
Oh gosh, I like to do the drunken stupor nights on the beach
Yeah.
for like the college kids and the
Yeah.
Memorial Day
Ugh.
weekend and the 4th of July weekends.
Man,
They are hilarious.
I bet they are.
The girls, just to get them in the car. I had the girl with her boyfriend, and he was like, man, I'm just trying to get her home. She's had a little bit too much to drink tonight. And I was like, yeah, brother, I got you. He said, don't worry about it. I said, I understand. You guys are out here partying. I said, I just have to respect the fact that you guys had common sense as young people
Right.
to call a rideshare instead of trying to do it on your own.
Left
Oh,
onto
absolutely.
I-95 south using
She
the
was
left
like,
2 lanes.
hey, how are you doing? Because she wasn't even over at the car yet. And I'm like, hey, what's up, girl? How you doing? She says, oh, I love your shoes. I'm like, yeah. I was like, we're going to have a good ride. She
There you
said,
go.
yes.
Look at my shoes.
I said, all right. I said, do me a favor. Just watch your step up, all right? Why did I say that? As soon as she hit the step, she missed the other entrance. And whoop, she almost made it out the other side door. If it was
Oh,
open,
no.
she would have railroaded right out of there.
Oh my God.
She was like, I'm so clumsy. I was like, I bet you are.
Yep. We had a girl that when we partied with her name was Mona, and we had drunk Mona and two drunk Mona.
Oh, wow.
Drunk Mona was fun. Two drunk Mona,
Mona-
oh, she broke ankles,
Sloppy.
all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Sloppy.
Yeah.
Mean. She got mean.
And she got a little more belligerent.
Oh,
too.
wow.
When she was only sort of drunk, she was happy as a clam. But as soon as she got a little more,
It was
Yeah,
over.
It was over.
It's time to
And
go
then
home.
Then there's that point you can get past that, and then that's when she slipped off the deck and broke her ankle.
Yeah.
Shut the front door.
Yep.
Wow.
So
She wasn't on the cruise ship with you guys, was she?
No.
Oh, okay,
Thank
okay.
goodness.
That's another trip.
Oh yeah, thank goodness. Oh, look at there. There's
She
one-
became
one
a
of
little
those
too
down
much of
there.
a high maintenance friend, so.
Yeah.
How do you feel about those cars? Since you said something about it.
I think
don't
that they're.
like them.
I think they're probably
Whatever.
just a rich guy's just toy.
I-
We have a friend that got one.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, down in
yeah.
Oklahoma. He had to
In
get
a
it. He
half
loves
mile, take
Tesla.
right
He said,
exit
"Oh, I'm getting that,"
22 onto
and I'm just
Florida,
like,
49
"Why?
towards
I mean, it's
Sterling
$100
Road using the right
grand, and
lane.
they don't even work the way they.
200 grand. It's
Yeah,
200
they don't
grand for
even
them
work the way
trucks.
they're supposed to. They had one sitting, and we're from Kansas, Wichita, Kansas.
Uh-huh.
They had one at a dealership there that a guy turned in and got a different car. He wanted to get a nicer, just a nicer sports car.
Right.
And so he traded it in. That thing sat there for like 8 months. They couldn't
Before
run
they-
it.
You
before
got,
they-
a,
yeah.
you
Yeah.
got a Cadillac Lyric.
That's what he got. He
Oh,
got the Lyric,
wow.
the electric.
Yeah,
Nice,
yeah,
right?
they are nice.
Oh,
they
yeah.
are freaking nice.
I look at that thing and I was like, oh, that's.
And they're cheaper than mine too, because the electric one's only like a 125 or 120 rand. Yeah. I was like, wow. I was like that. Yeah.
Like,
You press the button, it just says sting.
Yep.
I'm like, are you on or what? My brother says you'll know it's on because he's always
Just
been
hit
an
the
electric
brake,
car
yeah,
driver.
hit the gas. But those things move though.
Oh,
They
yeah.
had an Evian, what do they call that thing? A Rivian? They had a Rivian, and you'll spend well over 100 grand for this truck, but it goes from 0 to 60 in like 3 seconds.
Yeah, because
So
they said
yeah.
something about the conversion of electric to the something
There's no
that
like,
is faster
gearing.
and stuff like that.
There's
And you
no
know,
gearing, it just goes up.
right.
And they said they got to 100 miles an hour. They got this one drive. This lot is in this frontage road, and they were able to get from there
To the stop sign.
their entrance to the stop sign of the beginning of the frontage road, and it's only like a quarter mile, and they were at 100 miles an hour, and it wasn't even a quarter mile. It was probably
Wow.
800 feet, and they got there in like 100 miles an hour. He said it's like a ride at Disneyland because he'll punch it, and he'll just sit you back in your seat, and you'll just be there in like no time.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, but you don't hear it. It
Exactly,
just goes up.
yeah, it's just-
It's just
yeah.
like whoa, So yeah, it's.
Mm-hmm.
But it's expensive though.
Yep.
And I'm not real sold on the fact that there's enough charging stations and things around for me to be
Going
able
around
to
it.
take a long trip.
Well,
Take a long trip.
Right. Well, Wawa has a charging station at every one of the gas stations. That's a vote of confidence for you.
Well,
Yeah.
that and also, but you got how long does it take to charge it up though? I mean, when they
I
get to
think
the
it's like
point where it'll
15,
charge
20
up,
minutes, I think.
that's true. But if it gets to where it's like only like 2 to 3 minutes, that's when it's going to take
Just
off,
ahead,
and it
turn
will.
Oh,
left
yeah.
on South
It will.
Point
Yeah,
We'll
I
get
think
to
so
that.
too. Yep, you're probably right about
It'll
that.
be just like gas in
Turn
your
left
car.
on
Correct.
South Point Drive, then
But
turn
no, 10
left
to
on
15 minutes
Southwest
ain't bad to
18th
get
Avenue.
enough charge to go somewhere,
I just couldn't,
But
me
not for me.
personally, and I don't deal with politics or nothing like that. I just couldn't see buying a car with the feelings and the way I know this man runs his companies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
say I want to own something that he.
Well, not anymore.
Or
Not
sponsor
anymore.
him.
You know, back
Maybe
in the day,
it was okay,
when
but
it
it's
first
starting.
launched
It's starting to
and,
go down.
people
Yeah.
kind of thought he was more,
On their
moral.
side. Well, he was supposed to be like, well, we're supposed to help the world. I want to give everybody free energy. I want to do this. I want to do that. And then all of a sudden now he's up there with Trump, and it's like, well, that's a total reversal of how you were thinking. And it's like all of a sudden his stock
Represented.
dropped, and of course he's having
150
issues.
billion dollars, yeah.
Yeah, he lost a lot, and I'm like,
Yeah,
wow,
he went from being like 450 billion dollars and to like 300 something billion.
oh, poor guy.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, I was like, whoa, he surely did take a loss.
Sure showed him, but I mean that's still a lot, and I mean I think that he's
Turn
right.
left
If
on
you haven't heard a
Southwest
word
18th
from him
Avenue.
either. Right at
Nope.
first you were hearing everything, and now he's
Yep,
like,
he ain't
gone
said
off the
nothing.
radar. Yeah, they can
Turn
only
left
take
on
him so
Southwest
long,
18th
Trump, and then
Avenue,
you just
then
kind of
turn right.
just don't want to do it. No
I
more.
just can't. Me personally, I just can't deal with the fact that he's a fascist,
Exactly.
and I don't like people like that. You know what I'm
Just
saying? When
ahead,
you're
make
Yeah.
a
against
left to
people and
stay
stuff
on
like
Well,
that.
I just don't
Drive.
understand, why you give him a second chance after how he just did so horribly the first time. So it was just weird. And you don't vote for a capable woman that knows what she's doing.
I don't think the world is ready for it yet. God's honest truth.
It's about freaking time.
Turn right on Southwest 18th
You know, that's the only
Avenue,
thing that sucks
then
about it. I
They're
don't
not
think
ready.
the-
Yeah,
no, I don't think the
Hillary
world's
couldn't be
ready
in there
for it.
either. They're not ready for a woman, which is stupid because they're totally capable. And I would like to see what a woman could do. to
Who
be honest.
probably
Mhm.
runs most of your households?
My
Yeah.
wife.
Yeah. Exactly.
Who takes care of the kids?
Turn
My
right
wife.
to stay on
Exactly.
Who has the
Southwest
babies?
18th
My wife.
Avenue,
Maybe
then
somebody
turn
with a
right.
little maternal instinct wouldn't be bad to have in there, just to see what could happen.
Give her a shot. Nothing beats a failure but a try.
That's funny. You got Hyatt House and you got Hyatt Place. It's right here at the same address.
Yep, they're both here by
Turn
each
right,
other.
then
I
turn
wonder
right.
why that is. That is weird. Yeah, but we're Hyatt House, yeah.
Yeah.
Or no, yeah, we're
I didn't pay. Yeah, I keep.
yeah, we're house.
Yeah.
That's
I
crazy.
looked at the two of them for too long, and now I'm like, which one did I pick?
Well,
All
I
we gotta do
enjoyed
is
riding
walk
with you
across.
guys this morning.
Thank you.
All right, all the best to you guys on your way back to. Where you guys from? If you're
Kansas.
Kansas. All right, yeah. I forgot.